Hi there guys and welcome to the first Train Sim World 2 video. Now this was announced yesterday. I've not had a read through any of it yet. I've seen some of the posts on Facebook. I've kept away from the comments. I've done all of that. And this video is going to be my first thoughts on what's been announced. I haven't looked into this or gone in depth about it. You're literally going to hear my brain farting out what it thinks as it reads what's happening. I've seen the screenshots. I can't help but have seen the screenshots and some of the captions that people have put. But the rest of it that we're going to read through, see there's an FAQ and everything, so we're going to have a read and hope that answers some of my questions. Train Sim World 2, as an idea itself, I'm not against. let's be clear about this. I'm not against it. I think one of the big things that was the real kick in the teeth, I think, with Train Sim World was we were sold the Ultimate Simulator and we ended up not with the Ultimate Simulator. I don't think that's through lack of passion or anything by the development team. I think it's probably a purely commercial pressures, I think, are a big thing. But they should have gone a bit now with TSW sales on console. Right, so Train Sim World 2, the evolution of Train Simulator, coming 6th of August 2020. Master iconic locomotives on high-speed services, long freight hauls or precise commuter traffic, and get creative with a customization tool. In this advanced sequel, climb into the cab. Okay, so first things first, what are the customization tools? Usually they would have used the word editor, no in DTG, so let's see. Authentically replicated routes and locos. Okay. Ice 3 looks very nice there, doesn't it, in that screenshot? Let's not beat around the bush. That's pretty nice. Feel the thrill of high-speed intercity German rail as you push the throttle and climb the speeds in the famous Ice 3M. Out of Cologne, take the challenge of hauling long freight across Sandpatch grade with CSX. Hang on. CSX isn't new. It was like what we had in the beta. Master complex operations of Underground on the Bakerloo line. That is very cool. That I am really pleased with. I think TSW will lend itself to Underground routes quite well. Right, get creative. This is what I wanted to look at. Personalise your rail journey with two brand new, easy-to-use tools. Create your own custom liveries with the Livery Designer that allows you to craft both simple and complex designs to bring your Train Sim World 2 loco liveries to life. Create your own scenario with the Scenario Planner. Picking locos and destinations before you jump in and take to the rails. Right. This was my worry. I don't think this is... It's not a scenario editor, is it? Well, we'll wait and see. The FAQ might answer that. My first thoughts is this is not a scenario editor. This is a posh version of QuickDrive. And the fact it says QuickDrive your way at the end, meh. Experience a new level of realism. The proprietary Simigraph vehicle dynamics engine has evolved, adding realistic adhesion physics for the first time. Weren't we sold wheel slip in that in one of the TSW updates? So they're saying that wasn't done properly? So, oh, come on, DTG. What does this mean? Anyway, feel the slip of the wheels in adverse weather. Master moving heavy freight. Keep control of your loco. Power on steep inclines. Optimized and upgraded visual fidelity to give Train Sim World 2 dynamic skies and 4K support. Okay. Did it not do 4K before? Dynamic skies is quite a cool one. Right, I'm not sure what this is about, this thing. So it says feel the slip in adverse weather. So does it just mean that they've linked in the weather now to the Simigraph engine? Immerse yourself in simulation. Get clearer information, instructions, gradient speed profiles to drive, including new HUD display. Clarity to the onboard safety systems, brake controls, power meter, accelerometer. A new controller scheme will give great choice on camera and driving modes and allow easier access from external camera modes to enter another vehicle in your consist, all while full physics and simulation still running. Right, okay, new HUD, fantastic. Let's hope they do a good one. Get rid of those irritating blue and green markers that are out in front of you. Preserve your Train Sim World collection. legacy now, I suppose. Your collection comes with you. You can play your Train Sim World 2020 add-ons and Train Sim World 2. Train Sim World has always been about your collection, your choice of add-ons from your favourite region, time period, diesel, electric, passenger freight, your way. You'll purchase Train Sim World 2020 add-ons and will be available to play in Train Sim World 2. Cool. That's a good step. Brilliant. Okay. What do I think of that before we get into the FAQs? Underground, really excited. Ice 3, that'll be cool depending on the length of the route. CSX Heavy Haul. I mean, it is a decent. In fact, some of the simulation in the AC440 and things like that are some of the most detailed I've seen in Train Sim World. So I can see why they've done it. I wonder if the routes had any upgrades or anything like that. Yeah, I'm relatively excited. I won't lie. The thought of underground stuff is making me buzz a bit, and the Ice 3 will be good fun to drive. Why Train Sim World 2? Train Sim World 2 is a simulator for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, separate from any previous Train Sim World experience. Why is it separate? What makes it separate? We need to bring Train Sim World forward, and by advancing the engine and evolving the simigraph, we can add new features and new types of simulation. That doesn't really answer the question. Train Sim 2 includes high speed and longer freight for the first time and sets our future sights on steam engines, multiplayer, and more. CSX Heavy Haul, Sandpatch Grade, when we first had this, had ridiculously long trains, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's console, because it's going to be CSX Heavy Haul on console, so therefore it will be longer trains. But for PC, no, that's not completely true, I don't think. New features include Scenario Planner. I'm getting excited about what this is. Is this glorified quick drive? Is this glorified quick drive? In-game Livery Designer. That'd be cool. It means doesn't mean that people can start releasing stuff. I don't know. Adhesion Physics. Thought we already had them. Preserve your collection of add-ons. Brilliant. That's a really good call from DTG. Well done. New Dovetail Live features, including driver logbook, online debriefs, and railfan shots. Yeah. Immersion features. They are XYZ. Maybe they're further down. German High Speed, London Underground, Bakerloo Line, Sandpatch Grade arriving on consoles for the first time and bringing significant gameplay upgrades for PC. Okay, so there's some significant upgrades for Sandpatch Grade. I'd like to know what they are. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I mean, what are we now? Not even 2 months away from launch of this, so... Why are you not upgrading our game like Train Sim World 2020? Oh, I'm not really fussed to answer this. We need to bring Train Sim World forward, advance the engine, evolve Simigraph, Dovetail's own physics engine, that powers Train Sim World, add new features and capabilities of more train types such as high speed, long freight, and the future steam engines, multiplayer and more. Now, the multiplayer bit's exciting. Let's come on to that in a bit. Right, okay. Why couldn't we have high speed before? Basically, is this just telling us that Train Sim World, as it was exactly what we've all been saying for the last 2 years, that it isn't the latest and greatest? Is this DTG being honest now, which I quite like the idea of? Right, what's the adhesion feature? Yes. Adhesion physics bring wheel slip and wheel slide to Train Simulator World 2, depending on rail conditions, driver technique, feel the slip of the wheels in adverse weather, master moving heavy freight, and keep control of your loco power on steep inclines. Now, we have had wheel slip. I don't know if we've had wheel slide. So again, that was definitely sold as like a really big look. We've put wheel slide in. We've put wheel slip in with Train Sim World, the original. I feel kind of duped with that one. Is it a new feature, or was it a feature that just wasn't actually a feature beforehand? Was it just rubbish and, well, we kind of knew it kind of was because it was all over the place, but now it's linked in with the Simigraph engine. Fingers crossed this will be good. What routes and locos are in Train Sim World 2? Experience German high speed for the first time with the clone not even going to dare pronounce that. I do apologise, anybody in Germany. Route driving the DB406 Ice 3 and the DBR442 Talent 2, which we've already got. Discover the world famous London Underground with the classic 1972 Mark II stock on the Bakerloo line. A route requested by huge numbers of players. Huge numbers of players. I am very pleased to see that. I think that's good. If they do it well, they'll do really well with that. Enjoy the epic feat of engineering on the powerful haulers like the AC440, the GP38-2 and the SD42 on Sandpatch Grade. I've been able to do that for over 2 years since the beta, but thank you very much. What is the Livery Designer? Right, a new in-game tool that available on all platforms. Okay. How are you going to share it from PC and Xbox? That allow you to personalise your Train Sim World 2 locos and create your very own custom liveries. Easy to use, utilising a mixture of shapes and layers, it will allow you to craft both simple and complex designs to bring your own liveries to life within your Train Sim World 2 game. Okay. What is the scenario planner? It's like the smallest box. A new in-game tool available on all platforms, giving the ability to create your own scenario, customise locos and destinations, then jump in and get driving quick drive your way. That doesn't tell me anything more than you've put up the top there, so my hunch is, and I'm going to stick by this, that is a glorified quick drive. That isn't a scenario editor. It's a scenario planner, as they call it. Can you adjust AI? Can you decide what the stopping pattern is? Okay. Can I make liveries for all scenarios to share or sell? The Livery Designer and Scenario Planner do not have sharing options on any platform. So your designs are personal to you alone. These designs or plans are not available to be sold. However, you can photo share your creations through the Dovetail Rail Fan Shots feature. Whoop-de-doo. Great. Nice one. What do you mean by immersion? Good question. I'll come back to that at the end. New immersion features of TSW, because it might improve my thoughts on this at this precise moment in time. Clearer information on instructions, progression, gradient, and speed profiles as you drive. New HUD displays, clarity to the onboard, safety systems, brake control, power meter, accelerometer. The old HUD I really didn't get on with. Lots of people did, but I felt it was more suited to like a racing game than it was train sim. New Immersion Controller scheme designed to simplify common functions and make them more readily accessible, as well as removing distracting pop-up menus in both the camera and driving modes. The classic controller scheme also remains available to use as it is in Train Sim World 2020. So that sounds like it's going to be a bit like the F4 HUD on Train Sim. Sounds like it's going to have graphical controls up on the screen. For some people love that. It's not really my cup of tea. I'd like something more akin to the F3 HUD. Now I know that's not perfect in Train Sim Classic, but I'm just so used to it. It's still something I use every time. Easy access from external camera mode to enter another vehicle in your consist, all while full physics and simulation are still running. External camera mode. Right. That might stop that weird jumping thing that the camera does. Streamlined game start, automatically taking you directly into the next stage of your last service or scenario. I hope that's turned. You can turn that off. What is Preserve Collection? I'm guessing it's just your stuff from Train Sim World 2020. Or TSW. Why are you preserving my add-on collection? Why would people ask that? I wonder if you can use the livery option and stuff like that. That'd be quite good. Will add-ons I already own be free in Train Simulator World 2? Well, yes. You purchased add-ons and locos from Train Sim World 2020 will be free to download and play with Train Sim World 2. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I quite like the way DTG do this. I mean, there aren't many games out there that don't, but it is nice to have. It is a bit of a nod. I think they would be hell to pay if they didn't. Let's be honest. We've been absolutely sold a swanning on TSW, so us PC users, should I say, and those that have been around the train simulation market for a long, long time were definitely sold a swanning. We were promised this. We were promised all these features pretty much at launch, so it looks like we might actually be getting there. Will the Preserve Collection add-ons be upgraded? Or what do they need upgrading for? Preservation work may bring some performance benefits depending on your platform, though, but they will be as they are now, preserved, not remastered. I'd love to meet the marketing guy from DTG. Preserved. They're preserved as they are, you know what I mean? These brand new trains that you might have just bought last week, they're preserved now. Preserved. And that means that they're putting in the 442, so you're going to get a preserved train in the new pack, okay? Can I keep both the original and preserved content? Yeah, that's just been answered. Will my progress and save game carry over? Why do people worry about that? No, you can play your add-on routes and locomotives Train Sim World 2, but your existing save data will stay safely within the original add-on for Train Sim 2020. You can continue that progress at any time within Train Sim World 2020, or you can begin fresh Train Sim World 2. Dovetail Live will track your progress from both the games and the add-ons, including your driver level. Right, serious question for even those of you that are on PC or console. Do you use Dovetail Live? Like, do you like sign into it and check it out and look at things like that? And if you do, what do you use it for? If you could let me know in the comments, that'd be great, please. Will Train Sim World 2 overwrite Train Sim 2020 in any way? I think they said no because of that up there. Separate games and will both play independently, but you can use your Train Sim World 2020 stuff in Train Sim 2. What languages will be supported for the preserved collections? The same languages will be supported. Will support continued by Dovetail Live? Yes! Dovetail Live will still be on your web destination. Will still be your web destination for mastery. Community and playing stats, along with a few additional features we'll reveal soon. Oh, maybe they might bring a new feature out that means people will use it. I personally don't know anybody that uses it, so that's why I'm asking you guys. When will preserved collections be available? We're looking to bring your collections online from the launch of... Okay. Oh, what's new about Sampatch Grade? That's a good question. Sampatch Grade is new to consoles for this release, but has also been optimised and updated for PC. We're adding 14 new services to cover switching in Cumberland Yard, and 2 that add in-game traffic to the route. 3 westbound auto-rack services now have helper trains, and there will also be more flexible control of what you're driving. The AC4400 now has a wider use of services than ever before, and you have better control over what livery the locomotive uses. Train weights now use a new weighted wagon. I said this at the beginning and everybody went, no it's not, no it's not. I said that the physics were wrong for a full length train. I'm pretty sure DTG themselves even said I was wrong with that. Now using a weighted wagon system, are we? Oh, right, cool. With the addition of adhesion physics and all other optimizations, Train Sim World 2 are confident you'll find much more to do in Sampatch Grade on PC. Why no steamers? Because they still can't get a ride. Train Sim World 2 is the large update we needed before we can get steam engines right. So that whole thing of we've got steam engines in the game already. We won't release it until we can be sure we're going to do them justice, and the justice they and you deserve. Steam Locos will need another engine upgrade to make sure that particle effects do justice to performance and visuals, as well as bespoke simulgraph upgrade to handle the unique experience of Steam Locos. Sound recreation is very important as a detailed training and in-cab support during gameplay. It is a very large jump from passenger and freight, which we have concentrated on and perfecting so far, and high speed, a key focus for this year after we continue the work towards Steam. Right. So the answer is it still needs another update after this. Is that going to be a paid update or free update? We don't know. This is basically... do you know, I'm quite liking this because I think it's DTG being a bit honest. And I think they're saying, look, Train Sim World 2020 wasn't what it was all cracked up to be. And I admire that. I think that's good. I think that's honest of them. Thank you. My worry is this a bit of a case of the boy who cried wolf? Because this is now the fourth time that we've been sold TSW that's going to be the next big, huge, wonderful, massive thing. Can other people create routes and locos? No, of course you can't. Oh, a different answer. We're already working with a small group of talented developers. Brings me on to one thing here. Okay, so they say they're third-party developers. I would put penny to a pound that I would class them as more second-party developers. People like Skyhook and Rivet. Rivet recently did the thing before. Skyhook have been making models for TSW for a while, and also there was another company involved even in the beta. So there's always been other people making stuff for this. It kind of winds me up when they go, "Oh yeah, we're trying to do this. We love third party." For Trends in World, in the world of multi-platform development, it's much harder to do this. We are happy to hear from you via our third-party publishing team if you're experienced at developing Unreal Engine on PC and console platform. Well, hang on a second. I thought the whole reason for this was that you've upgraded the Unreal Engine to a point where it's not the Unreal Engine anymore. The editor is something that was spoken about. We've seen it showed off. We were told it was easy to use. We were told it was so much easier than the standard TS Classic one, so why haven't we seen it yet? Well, we have. We've seen it on stream. Matt P streamed it. What new add-ons and Locos coming? I thought I just said that, didn't you? Oh, right. That means after that. Well, yeah, we'll just wait and see for those. Not fussed about that. Will new add-ons be released in 2020? No, I'm guessing not. All add-ons released after the launch of Train Sim World 2 work in Train Sim World 2. Only with this order to take advantage of the new features of the sim. Preserve collections will mean you can bring your older add-ons to Train Sim World 2. Why don't you do this in that route? Yeah, do I need to read that? There are vast numbers of factors that go into deciding what route to create. We focus on destinations and locos that are exhilarating to drive with plenty of scenario and service mode options. The right licenses and access is also key for a great route or loco. It takes precise and detailed development work from signalling track layout, loco art, semigraph connections using many resources, direct access, blueprints, visuals, and discussions with the licensed partners to bring a route to life. This licensing stuff's really biting DTG in the bum. Where is the full PC editor? Oh, right, okay. Where is it? Let's see what they come up with for this one. The livery editor and scenario planner are the first steps on our journey towards releasing more comprehensive tools 2 and a bit years later. Great, thank you. That reassures me. It's a hope that many people who want to get creating for Train Sim World 2 will be able to do that, whatever gaming platform they're on. Those of you that have been doing PC, there's lots of people out there that can work the editor in Train Sim Classic, and it's supposed to be easier than that. Releasing the full editor on PC is far more complex process than it was on the original Train Simulator. No beep Sherlock. To begin with, it requires a full download of the Unreal 4 engine itself. We've been saying it for years. No, it's coming. No, it's not. You've got licensing issues with the Unreal 4 engine. You need to download the whole thing of that. No, our tool, it's in beta. We're working on it. Now, was that a lie? Right? Was that a lie? And that wasn't just Matt P. That was DTG on their Twitter and all sorts. So was that a lie? Or is this a lie? And then there are a number of unique plugins of our own, such as Semigraph and other that are critical to route building locos and routes. Okay. Cheers. Why don't you just bundle them with the editor? We know from both closed doors testing and working with experienced third-party developers that this isn't an easy editor. Sorry. We know from both closed door testing and working with experienced third-party developers that this isn't an easy editor to use, and until we have resolved these issues, we are not going to release anything more widely. I'll come back to that. Multiplayer. Now, yeah, I'm excited about multiplayer. I think it'll be quite cool if done well. I spoke to Matt P about this actually at Warley a couple of years ago, and his ideas for it were really good. So I'm hoping we get those. We want to bring multiplayer to Train Sim World, and we now have a design that we think will give a great social experience, as it's been crucial to design based on experience of the mode. bringing the right roles and communications to our online experience. Multiplayer is not part of Train Sim World 2, but is on our future roadmap. Now, these roadmaps are quite important. Will there be track IR and rail driver support? Not at launch, however. We are working towards bringing track IR and rail driver PC support to Train Sim World 2 within 1 to 2 months after launch. That's really good to hear, considering we're making the controllers. Our controllers at the moment, the combined traction brake controller and the AWS box, already work on TSW. Way of integrating that in an official capacity would be great. What about Unreal Engine 5? We are so happy that this is now in the public domain. All right. And it vindicates our... No, it does not! It vindicates our decision 5 years ago to... Yeah, because you knew about it 5 years ago, did you? What an absolute crock that is. Oh my God. So it vindicates our decision 5 years ago to build our hobby on the Unreal 4 platform. It is a perfect engine for simulation that will only continue. We're not announcing anything for Unreal Engine 5 yet, but the next few years are going to be very exciting. Right, no, that is the complete and utter biggest... That sounds like it's come out of a Tory MP's mouth. Right. If you had picked a better engine 4 years ago, you wouldn't have spent the last 3 or 4, 5 years... 5 years? The last 5 years... tailoring and making plugins for an engine that wasn't made to do the job that you wanted it to do in the first place. So we would be much further down the line with the simulator. So don't... That is a joke. As a paying customer of Train Sim World, that does not vindicate your decision to use the Unreal Engine. No, it does not. So you're basically saying up there that you've had to add loads of plugin stuff to it. It doesn't work with our editor because it's too complicated, because you have to download all the Unreal 4 engine stuff, and you need new plugins and stuff that we've made, and our Simugraph engine needs to be done. But oh, guess what? It's fine. Now we've been able, this is why we used it, because Unreal Engine 5 was coming out 5 years before we knew it was. That's borderline taking the Michael, that is. It also means that they knew that the people thought that Unreal Engine 4 was the wrong choice. Oh, I was pretty happy up until that. That's a bit like a bit of a two fingers up to the community, that is, I'm afraid. Oh, look, we've been given an excuse to why we did it now. Oh, we will tell them. No, you won't. Just made yourself look idiots again. Hasn't vindicated anything, and now it's in the public domain. People have known about Unreal Engine 5 for years. Don't think you've got some sort of specialty knowledge because you use their engine. So do a billion other people. Right, well, I hope Unreal Engine 5 brings some really good things for us, eh? Like we were promised with TSW 5 years ago with Unreal Engine 4. Right, so, all in all, what can I make of this? I'm pleased. I am pleased. If everything they're saying is true, which, from track record, it's not. Let's be honest. From track record, if I was doing this on what people have said beforehand to us and about the game beforehand, this could be absolute, utter pie in the sky. We could be looking at 2 years' time going, oh, well, we've got steamers coming. We've got a route editor coming. But do you know what? We've built on our scenario planner. You can now decide how many passengers are on the station. So we're giving you the tools you asked for. It's a really good step if it's true. And I'm going to stress this point again. If it is true. If they do what they are saying in this, fantastic. Let's get this done. Really bad points of why can't you share liveries? It's just ridiculous. Because PC-wise, that's going to happen. I'm sure that's going to happen. People will find out the files and then they'll be shared left, right and centre. Love the way you can carry over your stuff from TS2020. The editor thing and this we're vindicated thing, DTG, you seriously need to have a think about how you word things, because that is rolled me right up. I'm sure it's probably rolled other people up as well. It hasn't vindicated you from Jack. We were sold a Swanee with TSW, and this has gone some way to fix it, but don't throw it back in our face as saying we were wrong for telling you that you picked the wrong engine, and then up here you're telling us we can't have the editor because you've picked the wrong engine. get a grip. Multiplayer, great idea. Really, really great idea. Would love to see that in sort of like Run 8 style, things like that. Again, we were promised that with TSW. Steamers promised that with TSW. Sandbox Grey, we had that for PC, so we've got a few extra services thrown in there. Legacy Sports Cool, Dovetail Games, no, the Dovetail Live thing, I really want to hear your thoughts on that. Won't overwrite anything, you can't carry over your save, not really an issue at all, I don't think. Adhesion stuff, well, I think we had that, or a limited version of it, but of course we were sold, you've now got wheel slip and adhesion. But obviously we didn't, because it's telling us we have it coming now. The immersion stuff, the new HUD and everything like that sounds brilliant. That could be a real game changer in terms of my enjoyment of TSW. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to the Ice 3. Really looking forward to the London Underground stuff. That would be brilliant. It's going to be a real test, though. If they can get this stuff right on release, or a roundabout release, like, okay, we've patched that, that's fine. If this doesn't come up to scratch, I'm going to be very clear. People will go mad. It's got to be like, I don't know how to say this without swearing. This is like Train Sim World's third, fourth chance. It's getting, my patience is where it was worn thin for it. Really worn thin for it. East Coast Way was good. And I'm kind of sick of people backing it up because it looks pretty. It drives me nuts. The AC440 and the 66 were very good simulations in the game. There was lots to do in the AC440, clicky buttons, everything like that. You could, the multiple working, going out, starting the engines, doing all of that was really good. The 66 is a nice thing to drive. I like the update for it and everything like that. But some of the other stuff is just a bit physics-wise plain. Now with the adhesion stuff, we might actually start feeling how a locomotive should feel. And fingers crossed to that. Okay, I'm going to stop waffling on. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Now, I don't care if you disagree with me. That's fine. Disagreeing with me is fine. But put your reasons for disagreeing with me in the comments. Don't just go, you're wrong, you're stupid, you're wrong. I love TSW because it's got shiny trains. Give me some real constructive feedback on what you guys think about this. And if you think it's going to be good. I don't sound massively overly optimistic, and I do apologise. I am hopeful. But I just feel a bit annoyed after reading that, actually. I feel like I've been duped a bit. Yeah, doesn't sit right with me, if I'm honest with you. I love the new announcements, but it makes me think of all the stuff that we've done in the past with Train Sim World and brings that into question in my head. All right, and guys, I'm going to leave this video here with you. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to alanthomsonsim.com for all your latest Train Sim needs. Head over to Twitch on a Sunday and Wednesday from 7 PM. And also head on to the Facebook group if there's anything else you need or want to chat, general chit-chat about trains. If there's any support queries relating to any content, payware content or ATS content from the website, please use the website, contact us. Anything else, please contact the developers. Right, once again, guys, thanks ever so much. Catch you next time.